Pastor, why do you have so much pride stuff out? I would hope that if I were in the 1830s, I would be just as loud about my support for enslaved people.
Slavery and LGBTQ issues are not the same.
I would agree, but both are times where the church has failed to act as a moral compass. Don't worry, you conservative Christians will come around. You always do.
What do you mean?
Eventually, the Holy Spirit will break your hearts open, just like she breaks all of our hearts open.
Christianity is not about conforming to new times or modern society. It's about preserving morality and a traditional biblical worldview.
Conservative Christians were pro-slavery, and then you changed your mind. Conservative Christians were against women's suffrage, and then you changed your mind. Conservative Christians were pro-segregation, and then you changed your mind. Mostly. Your whole theological identity has changed radically over the last few hundred years. Eventually, you'll be LGBTQ plus accepting like us.
So this guy actually gets one thing right. There is definitely a similarity between slavery and a modern movement of homosexuality. But he kind of reverses the roles here. So he says that conservative Christians were very pro-slavery. Well, not really. Not really. It's actually more of the liberal Christians. And allow me to explain. See, conservative Christians like to conserve things. We like to conserve, as he actually says, traditional values and a biblical worldview. What that means is we don't like to tear pages out of the Bible. The liberal Christian slave owners did tear pages out of the Bible. Literally. They literally took pages out of the Bible so that way their slaves did not get the idea that slavery was against Christianity, which it is. Right? You can see that in Galatians 3. You can see that even in the Old Testament with Exodus 21 being how to treat slaves, right? It's a prescription of, God saying, I know you're going to have slaves. Here are at least rules so that you treat them well, you treat them fairly. And of course, the entire point of the letter of Philemon is to not own slaves. The conservative Christians, the one who wanted to uphold the biblical worldview, like William Wilberforce, who was certainly no liberal, were the ones who were in favor of abolishing slavery, because they saw it as unethical by the Christian worldview, by the conservative, keeping in line with the Bible worldview. The homosexuality movement of the modern day, it seeks to ignore what the Bible so plainly and clearly says. The Bible condemns homosexuality as a sin many, many, many times over. Leviticus 18 is a famous one, so is Romans 1 and 1 Corinthians 6. But even in passages like Matthew 19, where Jesus gives the prescription that marriage is between one man and one woman, that is a very clear teaching on sexual ethics. This is actually something that conservative Christians hold consistent on. We do not want to tear pages out of the Bible. Just like the Bible is anti-slavery, the Bible is also anti-homosexuality. I'm sorry if that hurts your little ears, but you're gonna have to get over it.